Blessed be the Lord thy God, which loved thee to set thee on the throne of Israel, because the Lord loved Israel forever, and made thee king to do equity and righteousness. And she gave the king 60 talents of gold, and sweet odors exceeding much, and precious stones. There came no more such abundance of sweet odors as the queen of Sheba gave to King Solomon. The navy also of Hiram, that carried gold from Ophir, brought likewise great plenty of almugam trees from Ophir and precious stones. 1 Kings 10 verses 9 through 11 of the 1599 Geneva Bible. Give thanks. Thanks for joining our journey through the mystery of our ancestry. This is Caribbean Chronicles, unveiling the secrets of Hispaniola, the Dominican Republic, and Haiti, recorded live from that island. 66 million years ago, an asteroid hit the island of what was called Hispaniola by Spanish conquistadors, explorers of our modern day nations of Haiti and the Dominican Republic, which was originally called Quisqueya, meaning the cradle of life, and Haiti, meaning land of high mountains, by one of its native inhabitants, the Taino. The meteorite explosion is thought to have resulted in the end of the massive lizards we call dinosaurs on Earth, and result in the second largest deposit of a precious rare earth metal called iridium in Haiti. This island was filled with precious metals, as noted by Irene Malfato in Cosmography and Transatlantic Voyages by Carnegie Mellon University. Discussing the initial island discovered by the Indo-European colonists. I quote, according to the Old Testament's account, the gold used to build the temple, meaning the Temple of Solomon, came in part from the Queen of Sheba, who brought it from a faraway kingdom, and in part from the remote lands of Ophir and Tarshish. Solomon's fleet was said to sail back and forth from there every 3 years. In Columbus's opinion, if the distance of Ophir and Tarshish from the Red Sea was so great that it took more than a year to Solomon's fleet to get there, this likely meant that reaching them by sailing west from Spain would take much less time. In fact, a marginal note in the Admiral's, meaning Columbus's, copy of Pliny's Natural History, penned after the first voyage, explicitly sets the connection among Ophir, Faiti, Haiti, and Sipangu, Japan, all names attributed by Columbus to the same island, Hispaniola. Moreover, documents pertaining to the second voyage report that the admiral was considering the idea that Hispaniola might have coincided with the site of the biblical kingdom of Sheba. So what we have here is essentially Columbus and his crew essentially making a connection between the island of Hispaniola and Solomon as well as Sheba. And I read further from, and I'm reading the Encyclopedia Britannica, The First Voyages of Christopher Columbus, just to give more of a background on the explorers and their impressions of this island upon first coming here. And I quote, adverse winds carried the fleet to an island called Haiti, by its Taino inhabitants. On December 6, Columbus renamed it La Isla Española, or Hispaniola. He seems to have thought that Hispaniola might be Sipango, or if not Sipango, then perhaps one of the legendary rich islands from which King Solomon's triennial fleet brought back gold, gems, and spices to Jerusalem. 1 Kings 10, 11, and 22. Alternatively, he reasoned that the island could be related to the biblical kingdom of Sheba. There, Columbus found at least enough gold and prosperity to save him from ridicule on his return to Spain. With the help of a Taino Kaki, or Indian chief named Guacanagari, he set up a stockade on the northern coast of the island, named it La Navidad, and posted 39 men to guard it until his return. The accidental running aground of the Santa Maria on December 25, 1492, provided additional planks and provisions for the garrison. An expedition to Navidad 4 days later was shocked to find the stockade destroyed and the men dead. Here was a clear sign that Taino resistance had gathered strength. More fortified places were rapidly built, including a city founded on January 2nd and named La Isabela for the Queen. On February 2, Antonio de Torres left La Isabela with 12 ships, some gold, spices, parrots, and captives, most of whom died en route, as well as the bad news about Navidad and some complaints about Columbus's methods of government. While Torres headed for Spain, two of Columbus's subordinates, Alfonso de Ojeda and Pedro Margarit, took revenge for the massacre at Navidad and captured slaves. In March, Columbus explored the Sabiao Valley, thought to be the gold-bearing region of the island, and established a fortress of St. Thomas, Santo Tomás, there. Then late in April, Columbus led the Nina and two other ships to explore the Cuban coastline and search for gold in Jamaica, only to conclude that Hispaniola promised the richest spoils for the settlers. The admiral decided that Hispaniola was indeed the biblical land of Sheba and that Cuba was the mainland of Cathay. On June 12, 1494, Columbus insisted that his men swear a declaration to that effect, an indication that he intended to convince his sovereign he had reached Cathay, though not all of Columbus's company agreed with him. The following year, he began a determined conquest of Hispaniola, spreading devastation among the Taino. There is evidence, especially in the objections of a friar, Bernardo Bull, that Columbus's methods remained harsh. There are few material remains of Columbus's travels. Efforts to find the Spaniards' first settlement on Hispaniola have so far failed, but the present-day fishing village of Bord de Mar de Limonade, near Cap Haitian, Haiti, may be close to the original site, and a Taino chieftain settlement has been identified nearby, Concepcion de la Vega, which Columbus founded on the second voyage, may be the present La Vega Vieja in the Dominican Republic. Excavations at the site of La Isabela were still ongoing in the early 21st century, as were those at Sevilla La Nueva Jamaica, where Columbus's two caravels were beached on the fourth voyage. Just wanted to take this opportunity to let you know that you can purchase the Israelite Samaritan version of the Torah and the 1599 Geneva and other versions of the Bible predating the 1611 King James Version using the link below to Amazon, with which we are affiliated. Thank you. Now back to the cast. La Navidad, translated as the Nativity, meaning Christmas, was the first settlement that Christopher Columbus and his crew established, which was then destroyed by the native Taino people, who they believed to be related to the kingdom of Sheba as well as Solomon. And the kingdom of Sheba, as well as the kingdom of Israel, which Solomon ruled, have been connected and one since 1000 BC. So it should be no surprise that there would be a connection between Sheba, Solomon, as well as Haiti and Hispaniola, according to the original people who explored these lands. What is also interesting is that not long before the founding by the Indo-Europeans of Hispaniola, Moors as well as Jews were expelled from their homeland of Spain, which all happened around 1469, not too long before the so-called discovery of the Americas, the West Indies, by the Indo-Europeans. The marriage of Ferdinand II of Aragon and Isabella I of Castile in 1469 united the Spanish crown and the Catholic monarchs, as Ferdinand and Isabella came to be known, completed the conquest of Granada in 1492. Many historians believe that the crusading spirit of the Reconquista was preserved in the subsequent Spanish emphasis on religious uniformity, evidenced by the strong influence of the Inquisition and expulsion of people of Moorish and Jewish descent. I was reading from the Encyclopedia Britannica on the Reconquista. The Reconquista was essentially military campaigns by largely Christian, primarily Indo-European or Caucasian Christians against Muslims beginning in 718 or 722 AD with the Battle of Covadonga and ending in 1492, same year that Christopher Columbus set sail with Muslim Moors as well as Saracens to the Americas. 1492 is also the time when there was the fall of Granada, meaning the fall of Granada being ruled by the Nasrid, last Muslim kingdom of the Iberian Peninsula, their fall to the Catholic monarchs. The Iberian Peninsula being roughly southwestern Europe, including Spain, Portugal, parts of southern France, and Andorra, Gibraltar. This part of the world was occupied by the Moors, being Phoenicians, since 711 AD, and parts of Italy, southern Italy, as well as, including Sicily, was occupied by the Saracens, which we will discuss in more detail, learning more about who these Moors were, as well as the Saracens and the original people of the lands of this beautiful island of Hispaniola, which includes Dominican Republic and Haiti, as we continue to explore the mystery of our ancestry, Caribbean Chronicles. Thanks. You can learn more about the Saracens by checking out our video on Seasonal Sacred Symphony, where we go into who the Saracens were and how they are related to our West Indian Seminole heritage. Give thanks. Tune in next week as we explore more about this fascinating island and our heritage. Peace. To understand more of the story, to gain more of the story of the Saracens, read Misstory of Our Ancestry by Morrison with the link below. Join us. And remember to check out our Patreon page for patron privileges at patreon.com/wistribe. That's patreon.com/wistribe. Peace. Give thanks. Are you tired of working that 9 to 5? Gotta scrimp and save just to survive? Come get the tools you deserve to thrive when you decide to take the dive into the pursuit of your own bliss. Come learn how to start a business. For the book or the course, you just need to go to the website linked below. All brought to you care of Online Pro. CUSH Cash Consulting is sure to result in your dreams coming alive as wealth multiplies for our scholars and investors. Come deal with the best of our budding entrepreneurs. Contact us to learn more at CUSH Cash Consulting. Email Morrison at cushcashconsulting.com and sign up for classes using the linked form. Give thanks.